All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us for this webinar today on natural solutions for holiday season, aka holiday stress, because we all know that is up and coming for us next. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Dr. Victoria, and I'm a pediatric and prenatal chiropractor here in Portland, Maine. And I'm with my good friend here, Jen Griner. I never say it correctly. I apologize.
No one does.
So we're going to be chatting a little bit about mental health, essential oils, and chiropractic care, and just helpful ways for you guys to manage stress throughout the holiday season. So you want to take it away to start?
Sure. So I'll start off by talking about essential oils. I started my business Green Thinking over 4 years ago, really focusing on essential oils and utilizing my experience as a mental health practitioner. I am an LCPC and also an art therapist. So I specialize in the mental health and also have found a lot of ways to utilize essential oils for natural solutions. And we know that the stress is only going to get worse with all the holidays coming up, all of the family gatherings, just a busier time of year on top of everything else that's going on. So essential oils are natural aromatic compounds that come from plants themselves. I use Doterra's essential oils because they are the purest of quality. They have that certified pure therapeutic grade. So there are a lot of benefits that you actually can feel and see. So there are 3 ways that you can use essential oils. You can use them aromatically. And I recommend using them aromatically because it's easiest, but also it directly affects your brain, the limbic system where our emotions are. So it's the best way to use them for your emotions. You can also use them topically, putting them on your skin, dilute them for any sensitive skin, and you can also use them internally. Only using doTERRA's essential oils internally because of that purity. You do not want to use any other oils out there. Please do not go buy essential oils off the shelves from anywhere else. Just please don't contact one of us if you need essential oils or if you want more information about them. So essential oils can be used to help your immune system, to help all the systems of the body. They can provide relief from things like pain, allergies, any type of seasonal irritations, body discomfort, any of those things they can absolutely be used for. And mind and mood. They can help regenerate your mind. They can uplift. They can change your mood, all for the better because there are no side effects, which is also really great. So to talk a little bit about the mental health piece, I have some slides that I want to share. So talking first about the difference between reacting versus responding. So reacting, it's that quick guttural instinct. It happens right as soon as someone else says something or something happens. It's that gut reaction. There's little to no thought, and it just kind of feels instantaneous. Usually you aren't even aware of it because it happens so fast. And a lot of times when we react, it's not the best, right? If we think about times that we've been with family and someone said something and we react, usually a fight ensues or miscommunication or heightened emotions, or the dog starts barking and everybody else is just in chaos in an instant. So then the flip side is responding. And I don't think we do this enough because it's difficult. It's thought out. It's deliberate, it's a slower response because you're taking time. After it happens, you take a pause and you kind of just sit there and think about it and intentionally respond. And usually things go a lot better. The dog may not bark after, maybe it does if you choose to respond in that way. But usually responses people can hear better. It's more well received, if you will. So the next I want to talk about DBT. If anyone has heard of DBT or has received any sort of DBT training, mindfulness, or has done any of this work, if in your own mental health treatment. So the states of mind is a DBT concept, and it's on a spectrum. And at each end of the spectrum, at one end, we have emotional mind. And that's where our feelings take control. Our feelings are in charge. They fuel our thoughts and ultimately our actions. The emotions control our thoughts and our behaviors. So if we think about that, that's where we usually react on our feelings. So if someone says something and it just rubs us the wrong way, we're going to probably scream our emotions. I see this happening a lot with frustrations, especially these days. We're easily frustrated. We're kind of irritable. We're kind of on edge. We may not be taking care of ourselves as much as we need to. So our emotions are bubbling up. We don't have enough people to share and talk about them with. So we may be spending a bit too much time in our emotional mind. And this is also, if we think about masculine versus feminine energy, this is more of that feminine energy. We're very emotional, but it can be difficult to control because so many of us are not taught how to control our emotions. So then on the adverse end of the spectrum is the logical mind. And this is where that masculine energy is. It's very matter of fact. It's logical, cause and effect. It makes sense. It's critical thinking. It's utilizing the executive functioning, the front of our brains. And that can be good, but when we do that with utter disregard of our emotions, it can seem emotionless and not be received well from someone who has a lot of feelings. So we want to use the middle, right? It's all about finding balance. So in the middle is our wise mind. And this is where we can try to be, and I say try being the key word because it takes a lot of practice. This is where we can try to be, because here we find the balance. We can recognize and respect our feelings, our thoughts, as well as others. And we can respond to them rationally. So when we put the two of these things together, thinking about staying in our wise mind, responding, it can be really helpful. And helpful for us, but also helpful for others. So the last little piece that I want to show you is this. And this is a mindfulness technique called Stop, Breathe, Reflect, Choose. It is used for daily mindfulness. And you might say, okay, Jen, I hear what you're saying. I need to use my wise mind and respond. But how the heck am I going to do that when I can't stand this family member and we're stuck sitting at the dinner table next to each other? So this is where Stop, Breathe, Reflect, Choose comes in. And I would encourage you to repeat this over and over, have it be your mantra: stop, breathe, reflect, choose. Because this is where you're going to stop, your family member next to you just really irritated you. They said something that really irked you. Maybe it was about politics, right? No-go subjects in most households.
Yeah.
So when they say that, you're going to stop. You're going to be aware. You're going to say, oh, I remember what Jen said about responding, about being in my wise mind. So I just need to stop. I need to take a really deep breath, maybe even audibly sigh it out. And releases that, right?
That's good.
Right. Soothes our nervous system, gives it a second to chill. And then we're going to reflect, thinking, okay, I'm really upset that they just said that. That really triggered me. This is bringing up old stuff from my past. This is a topic that I'm passionate about. Whatever reflection, thinking about what's important to remember now. Maybe you reflect, you're like, okay, let me remember what Jen and Victoria talked about. And then you're going to choose, making that aware, mindful, conscious choice of what to do next. Are you going to react? You're going to let your emotional mind take over. Or maybe you're going to use your wise mind and respond. And I say this easily, but please know that it takes a lot of practice. So please practice before those family dinners or those events. So the last piece that I'm going to talk about is tying essential oils into this. I have some of my favorite essential oil products from Doterra that I want to share with you. And when we're talking about immunity, my favorite is On Guard. These are the On Guard soft gels. I have been fighting allergies, but that makes you feel icky. So I take one of these in the morning and one at night to keep my immune system strong. Highly recommend these. On Guard has a whole product line of soap, the oil to diffuse, toothpaste. What comes out December 1st is these new On Guard wipes, hand wipes, surface wipes. So when you go to holiday events in December after these come out, it's really nice to wipe them down, or the kiddos, if they touch things or touch it or have dirt on their faces, these are great to use, always boosting the immune system. And then two of my favorite oils when it comes to mind and mood. The first is Balance, and this is the grounding blend. Have you smelled this one?
Yeah, I love that one.
It's just my favorite. Spruce, hoewood, tansy, chamomile, frankincense. It is just earthy, grounding. So yeah. So I like diffusing this and using it topically, putting it on my body. If you have any diffuser jewelry to wear when you're trying to stay in your wise mind, just to help you stay grounded and more easily use that stop, breathe, reflect juice. And then the last product is Adaptive. This came out over a year ago. This is the calming blend. You can see it's all lives in my bag because I diffuse this in my waiting room in my office. I diffuse it in my office, in my home. There's a system. So there's 3, the oil to diffuse, a supplement to take internally, and a roller to use topically. And this is clinically proven to reduce stress. Have you smelled this one?
No. Sounds like I need to buy it.
Yes, yes. And you save when you buy all 3 with the system too.
That smells really good.
It's just light, uplifting. It kind of makes you feel happy. What's in this is...
We'll be getting it soon at Tree of Life.
Wonderful. Diffuse it when you come in. You can say, do you have that Adaptive?
Yeah.
So it has wild orange, lavender, copaiba, spearmint, magnolia, rosemary, neroli, and sweet gum. And it's the sweet gum in here that you can't ingest the oil. That's why there's the supplement that is safe to ingest. So because Adaptive clinically reduces stress, this is a great one to use daily because let's face it, we're all more stressed these days. So using it proactively daily, or definitely amping up before those anticipated times of stress. So I hope all that info was helpful for you. Comment on the live video or reach out to let me know any questions or if you've experienced any of these pieces on one end or the other. So now I'll hand it back to Dr. Victoria.
Sweet. So I'm just going to kind of wrap it up and talk about the nervous system a little bit more and how chiropractic ties into all of this. So as we know, we've been talking about, stress is a part of all of our lives. We really can't escape stress, but what we can do with chiropractic care is help your body better adapt to stress, kind of like Adaptive with Doterra. And, what Jen does with her clinical work is she's helping her people get better at adapting to their current stressors. Because again, they're not going to go away completely. That's just like a miracle world that just like doesn't exist really in real life, like maybe in heaven or something, I don't know. But yeah, so finding ways to adapt better to your stress is really what it's all about. And what we use in our office is this really cool technology that we scan your nervous system. It gives us back a reading as far as like where you are in your nervous system. So are you more in that fight or flight side of your nervous system where you're more stressed out, or are you more in the relaxation, resting mode of your nervous system where you're more calm and relaxed and you can think clearer. So we have these 2 sides of our nervous system. We oscillate between them constantly throughout the day, but sometimes people get stuck in one side or the other. So a lot of times if there being, lots of stressful things are happening in your life, we tend to get stuck more in that sympathetic side. And that's usually where disease starts happening or different symptoms start appearing because your body is more in fight or flight. So it's not going to be resting and healing other parts of your body while it's fighting off whatever stress that it's fighting off. So that technology that we use allows us to figure out where you are in your nervous system and how best to treat you with chiropractic as far as what type of adjustments are you going to benefit from the most, how much care are you maybe going to need to get you back to a more stable place to help you meet your health goals. All of that technology is utilized so that we can give you guys the best care plan possible so that you can start getting better results. And something really cool that we learned this weekend on continuing education seminar is some really new, exciting chiropractic research that's coming out soon. So basically what it said is, Jen showed a diagram of that, emotional brain and the wise brain, and kind of like the balance in the middle. So what we learned is that the prefrontal cortex, which is more of your logical brain, where you're more, you're thinking clearer, you're rationally thinking, you're doing all the things like, analytically, like normally, like you should, versus your emotional brain or your limbic brain. So what chiropractic research has been able to prove is that with chiropractic adjustments, we're actually lighting up the prefrontal cortex part of the brain, which is amazing, because when we're reacting in our emotional brain or our limbic brain, the prefrontal cortex is usually flipped off, meaning that you're reacting this way because your other side of your brain is not negating that reaction, right? So it's kind of like an on and off switch. And what chiropractic adjustments are showing in this latest research is that with a chiropractic adjustment, you're stimulating that prefrontal cortex. So that allows you to be able to calm down, act more, react better than, or respond better,
yeah.
not react. So I'm learning too, guys. So just getting better into rationally thinking things through, allowing your nervous system to calm down and think about what you're going to do before you just react immediately. So that's really cool, new and exciting research that we're learning. I'm still processing all the information I got in my 13 hours of continuing education this weekend. So we'll probably be sharing more about that in the future, but I just wanted to give you that little snippet because it's really, really fascinating. And it does tie into why people under chiropractic care with mental health issues are benefiting from chiropractic care, not just in their physical body, but also in their emotional brains as well. So that is game changer, guys. So it's just really, really exciting stuff that we're learning. And I can't wait to bring you more as that new research develops. So in closing, I just want to say that what we're doing with chiropractic care is really just calming down the nervous system. We're just helping your body better adapt to those stressors so that you can go on and live your life the way you want. I don't think I missed anything that I wanted to talk about. Did you want to add anything else at the end?
Just thank you for having me here.
Yeah.
If you haven't been to Tree of Life Chiropractic, like this space is beautiful. I just want to like hang out here and get adjusted all the time.
Yay! That's what we wanted. We wanted to create that safe space for your nervous system to feel calm, to feel nourished, all those beautiful things and wonderful things. So I want to thank you guys for joining us for this webinar. Stay tuned because in a couple weeks, we're going to do another one, same combination, but a different topic. It's going to be really fun, essential oils for kids. So that'll be a little bit more kid-friendly focused. Yeah, we can't wait to see you on that next webinar. So thanks for joining. Bye.
Bye.